What is up, guys? Welcome back to Ike Tech and Gaming. Today we are going to be unboxing the Logitech G510s gaming keyboard. When we first open the box, we are greeted with some foam protective packing, and underneath that is the beautiful gaming keyboard. Now, the cable is located underneath here, and the cable isn't super long, as you can see here, but it'll do. Now, inside the box, we also receive the extended wrist rest and some documentation that we don't need. Now, looking at the keyboard, features include the display, media keys with a volume scroll, fully RGB backlit including the screen, Logitech's G keys with 3 profiles, USB audio with a microphone and headphone jack on the back, and a designated gaming button for disabling that pesky Windows key while typing or gaming. Now let's jump over to the computer to check out the keyboard, the included gaming software, and how it performs. Alrighty guys, we are at the desk. We've got the keyboard set up. I know it's a little dark, but that's because I had to adjust the exposure and everything of the camera so I could get the LCD screen because I was having trouble with that. So without further ado, we will plug it in, and it fires right up. As you see, everything is backlit. Every single key has its own little LED underneath it, an RGB LED, so you can adjust completely whatever color the buttons are, including the screen. As you see right now, it says G510s. Now let me adjust the exposure back on the camera. There we go, that's a little better, but you can't see the LCD screen as well. So now let's hop over to the software on the computer, and we will kind of set everything up, and then we will see how the keyboard looks after that. Alright, so we are now hooked up into the Logitech gaming software. So I just loaded this up on the computer. When you plug in your keyboard, it will automatically turn on. If it doesn't, you can just go to the gaming website and load it up. So, the gaming website. You can go to Logitech's website and find the keyboard, and it's at the bottom of the information page. So as you can see here, we are on the home page for the Logitech gaming software. It's pretty nice looking. It's pretty simple. There are some harder features to find, but I'm going to give Logitech a thumbs up for this software. It's not bad. So as you can see here, there are a couple different zones that you could click on to just skip right to them that are kind of glowing, but we're just going to use these keys down here because they do the same thing. So first off, we're going to go to the G key section, and the G key are just Logitech's name for their macro keys. So there are 3 sets of 6 keys that are all numbered 1 to 18, and there's 3 different modes that you can set. Now here are profiles. Now as you can see, mine has Assassin's Creed Black Flag, default profile, and Team Fortress 2. Now these profiles are assigned to you when the program is started up. Those 2 games are games that they found on my computer, and the default program is the one, or default profile is the one that they assign to you initially, depending on if you have any games or not. It sets the gaming keys to like different things. So as you can see here, like 1, so G1 is set to like 1 and stuff, and some of them are set to like the F keys and stuff. I'm not sure. I don't use the G keys at the moment. That's about it. And then you can set the different settings. So right now, since I don't use the G keys, I've just got the 3 modes set to 3 different colors, and then you can set different profiles to each mode, so that when you're playing Assassin's Creed, you know, let's say Assassin's Creed would be blue, and then I would have all of my specified macro keys for Assassin's Creed and the color blue, and then my default profile would be red. Alright, so now I've got all those G keys set to default profile red, and when I go over to Team Fortress 2, which is green, which it isn't, but I'm just giving an example, and then that would be those specific macro keys. Next is the display. Now over here you can see there are a bunch of different applets that can be displayed here. Now I'm just going to go through a quick little tutorial. These are all different applets. You've got like your clock and stuff, countdown timer, media display, and performance monitor. Now, if you see right here when I'm scrolling over each of these, there's a little thing appearing right down here. If you click that, you can configure stuff, and like right here, I can change a couple settings with like the clock and stuff. So if you want to change stuff, that's how you do it. Over here is the display options, right here, and this button here is configurable to two options. You can switch to next applet, which means when you click it, it'll just go to the next app, or you can select list running applets. So when you click that, it like sets up a list, and you can scroll through and select with these four buttons. I like to just switch to the next applet. It's easier, and I don't have to fidget with a bunch of buttons. I can just click that a bunch of times until it's to the right applet. Next, we have color assignment for the profiles. So like I said, right now I've just got it set to full blue, full red, and full green. So if I just wanted to change my thing, you know, if I want to change it, you know, you just set it, and it's a completely RGB keyboard, and in front of me my keyboard is spazzing out all different colors, and it's very responsive too. Like, it is showing the exact same colors the screen is right now, and that's pretty cool. So we are just going to set that back to full green, and there we go. Next, we have kind of like an internal memory for your keyboard, where you can drop profiles onto your internal memory for your keyboard, meaning that you can then like take them with you, so you don't have to worry about like assigning macro keys. If you go to somebody's house and bring your keyboard with you, they're already on your keyboard. Next is pretty cool here. This is a key press heat map. So let us, I don't remember how to reset it, but basically what it does is you hit play during a gaming session or typing session, and let's do a bunch of typing, and I'm going to do a couple arrow keys, but I'm going to weight the top arrow key, which means I'm going to press that a lot more, and the side ones a little bit more. So the top one the most, the side one's the most, and the bottom one just a couple times. I'll press these buttons a couple times. I'll press G keys, which opened up something because they were already set to something. I'll press a couple more of those, and press more keys, and then hit stop. Now, when it does that, you can see that I pressed these keys, and I pressed all of these keys. I never pressed these. I never pressed any of these. Didn't press any of these. As you can see here, I pressed upper key the most. The side one's a little bit more. This one was slightly more. You see it's a slightly higher green. You can see these are the kind of like color. It's the color map. And then this one I didn't press very much at all. So I'm not 100% sure what I would use it for, but I'm sure somebody likes using this for something. So that's just about it for those. You can also adjust settings for stuff. Up at the top it says startup. Now I would select that box because what that does is it runs this program in the background when you start up your keyboard, meaning that then all of your applets and your profiles are loaded up. If you do not select that box, you have to run the program on your computer before it displays all of the nice colors and programs. Down at the bottom is the scan for games option. I would make sure that is checked so that whenever you load a new game, it will check for the profile online if somebody has made a profile for that. And there's a link thing right here that just tells you, or that just gives you the option to like them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, and then there's like probably like a forum or something where you can, tell them what you think of their software. And then there's also a help page that brings up the website for help. Alright, so now that we've seen the software, now we will head back over to the keyboard to check everything out. Alright guys, we are now back with the camera on the keyboard, and as you can see, it looks different now because I have turned on the program. So after you load up the program, then it loads all of your settings and everything, but until then, it is just the plain white, and then it says G510s. So I recommend in the program, in the settings, there's an option to run the program as Windows starts up. Now, it doesn't actually open up the screen and everything, and it's really not obnoxious, but it just loads up your profile on your keyboard and has everything set, so select that little checkbox. Now, as you can see here on the keyboard, it's blue at the moment, and I'll go through a couple features. Remember, up here there is a mute mic and mute headphones, so that is for the USB audio. On the back right behind there is a microphone and headphone jack. Now over here, these are all the G keys right here, and these are the three like modes or kind of profile buttons that you can select. Right now I've got it on M1, which is my blue setting. I've got M2, which is my red setting, and M3, which is my green setting. So we'll go back to blue. Right in between all of those is the gaming switch. Now the gaming switch, you slide it over and the light comes on it. As you can probably see if I hide it, it's off, then it's on. And what that does is that disables the Windows key. So if you're gaming, you know, and you accidentally press the Windows key opens up like the start menu, and it will like pause you from your game for a second. And if you're playing like a first-person shooter or something, that could really mess you up. So keeping that on while you're gaming is a good thing because it just disables the Windows key. There's no way you're gonna come up here and accidentally bump that, and if you do bump that, you know you hit it and you can turn it back on again. So it just keeps that one little thing from, you know, bugging you, which is a nice little touch. Now up here you can see the LCD screen, and there is 5 buttons surrounding it, 4 underneath and 1 to the side. Now we'll get a zoomed in shot of that LCD if we can. I'll try to get as good of a shot as I can. Alright, so this is about as good as we're going to get. You can see everything. I've got the light down low again. As you can see around the actual display, it's a very glossy, shiny display. So as you can see here, hi, you can see me behind the camera. And yeah, so as you can see on the display here, there's a clock. At the moment, this is the just like date, time, whatever display. I've got the clock, and these are customizable. You can kind of customize the clock and stuff. It's got the current time. It says Monday, December 22nd, 2014. So that's pretty cool. Now over here, I've got my switch applet button. So I'm going to press that once. Now it is showing you my CPU and RAM kind of percentage usage thing, and it's live. As you can see, it's moving at the moment, and it is pretty accurate. It's nice for just general use of it. I don't see where you would use it for anything else besides monitoring your CPU and RAM. So go to the next one. Now this is for media. Now I'm not actually playing any media right now, so it's just cleared. But basically you can, you know, play, stop, backwards, forwards, and it shows a little progress bar down the bottom of where you are in the video, which is pretty nice. If I click it once more, oops, I'll hit the camera. This is a really nice feature. I really like that they added this. There is a countdown and a stopwatch. Now you can set the countdown in the program by going into the applets page and clicking a little drop-down menu on the logo of the applet, and then setting properties and stuff. You can set what the countdown starts from, but right here, as you can see, the 4 buttons correspond with the 4 little logos underneath the time. So here's the play button, and that's going to start the countdown. Now if you want to ever stop it, you saw that change to pause. You can just pause and then reset it. Now you can also set the countdown in the software to play a noise when it's done. So like, let's say you are playing a 5-minute match with some sort of game. Now you can set the timer to 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and then you can make a custom sound or something to tell you that there's 30 seconds left, so that you know that it's happening, and it will play it through your headphone or whatever your wanted audio device is. Now the stopwatch is actually my favorite part of this applet, and that is because while I'm recording videos, I don't need to use my phone or a timer anymore to tell me how much time my video is going, because I can set that stopwatch and I can go and do other things even on the LCD screen, and when I come back it'll always be timing, and then I can just stop it and restart it whenever. Click it one more time, and we are back to the center. So if you guys liked this review, leave a like. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about this keyboard, leave them in the comments section, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on all my videos, including ones just like this. Remember, there is another unboxing and review coming really soon, and I know you guys are really going to like it. Spoiler alert, I'm recording with it right now. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See ya later.